In love with my sister. I don't know how accurate or true this is, but let us go. Okay, so I found this subreddit when trying to find people with similar experiences, and I thought, why not get this off my chest, as I've never spoken about or shared this with anyone before. So if you want to read on, be prepared for a lot of soul pouring, as I'm letting out 12 plus years of pent-up emotions for the first time. This might be real. This might be real. 12 plus years? Forgive me if my English and grammar aren't the best. I'm a little drunk. Wow, okay, this actually might be real. This really might be real. Whilst writing this, which is probably why I've got the confidence to post my story, yeah, probably, on here in the first place. But you know what they say, alcohol brings out your truth. And everything you're about to read is 100% true and told to the best of my ability. I'm recalling stuff that happened over a decade ago, so the story may be patchy in places. And before people say anything, I know it's wrong, so you don't need to remind me, but I'm just being honest and can't help how I feel. But I imagine anyone who's a member of an incest subreddit is probably not going to judge what I'm about to say. Probably not. Some probably have done worse. Some of the stuff I've read on this subreddit may be false, but really sounds awful. Okay, so I'm about to graduate from university. Decent looking guy, I'd say. Unfortunately, I didn't make it to 6 feet, only 5'10", but a good build and a big personality, which us short kings, you're not a short king. You're not a short king. I'm 5'4", dude. You tower over me. You are not a short king, okay? I get it, girls are crazy out here, and like they want like 6'11", 6'12", but you are not a short king, my brother. Need in order to compete, I'd probably rate myself a 6/7. I've always had a good luck with girls and have girlfriends throughout my life since I was a kid, despite my last long-term serious relationship ending in the jab years. I very enjoyed being single, if you know what I mean. This guy is drunk. I lost my virginity early. I have a relatively low body count of 7. I'm not one for one night stands, so sex for me is more of an emotional experience that I'll have with the same girl over an extended period of time, either in a relationship or a long-term thing. So sex for me isn't just a bit of fun at the end of a night out. For me, girls is something I feel like I have a decent amount of experience with, but there's still a lot to learn, I imagine. However, no girl I've ever been with has made me feel the way I feel about my sister. That's gross. And as I'm confessing anonymously, when I'm having sex with my girlfriend or girl I'm having a fling with, whoever that may be at the time, I frequently am thinking about my sister. Why, dude? Whilst I'm doing it and I'm this post, I'll try my best to explain why I feel this way and appeal to anyone who has any advice on how to deal with these intense feelings that don't compare to anything I've ever felt towards any other girl in my life. These feelings all stem from an experience me and my sister, yep, okay, starting to make sense, had when we were quite young. We used to give each other massages at this age. Why? Quite often, but all innocent and fully clothed because we thought it was fun. Bro, you need to elaborate. And maybe because we both had started to understand sexuality and began to have desires, but I can't speak for her, only myself. Wait, hold on. Why did y'all massage each other? Usually kids like imitate something. What were y'all imitating? What were y'all trying to copy? What do you mean sexuality, brother? Were y'all like watching weird stuff together and massage each other? Like, elaborate, my guy, please. One day, I was giving her a massage in our study, which she asked me to do. I was gaming at the time, and after around 30 minutes, I'd saved this message where I was going all over her body, butt and all. She suggested we take this to my room, though she wait, hold on, what? Wait, hold on. I was gaming at the time, and after around 30 minutes, I'd say of this massage where I was going all over her body, butt and all. Brother, why? What age is this? There's no way you did this when y'all was 17. You didn't do this when y'all was 16. So what age? What, like, What do you mean understand sexuality? What? Like, usually people in the age range you're trying to suggest about understanding sexuality, unless if y'all are talking 12, 13, usually they're very awkward about their bodies and how they feel in terms of, because the horniness starts to kick in. So what are you talking about, man? What do you mean, bro? Though she explicitly didn't say for what purpose, and I thought nothing of it, so we went to my room and continued this massage. She immediately went and shut my curtains so no one would see us. That's when I realized what was going on, and I was definitely into it. The massage continued, and eventually we both ended up naked. I continued to massage her full body. I was so turned on, rock hard. She was definitely enjoying it as well. She rolled over onto her front and we started kissing. We kissed a lot. She was my first kiss. Things progressed to the point where she gave me a hand job and I fingered her and performed oral sex on her. I really enjoyed it still to this day, even though we both had no idea what we were doing. What? Nah, bro, that's cap, bro. Listen, I know kids tend to imitate what adults do, but like, you would still know what they're kind of doing. What did you watch? It sounds like you were like 16, 17 when this happened. I do know people start watching porn early. I did as well before. And it's like, how do you imitate this on your sister? I can't process this, man. We were doing because it was both our first time ever having a sexual experience. It's still probably one of the most intense sexual experiences I've ever had in terms of how I was feeling at the time, because you've never had that before. It was basically your first time. So your first time will always be heightened in terms of intensity, emotion, lust, because it was your first time. I can't describe how good it was, even though neither of us knew how to do anything. So how did you do oral sex on her, and why? Like, where did you see? You would have seen that from pornography. So to say you didn't know what you were doing, what do you mean, bro? If you said you were like 12 and you like somehow stumbled upon porn from a website or something, I'd understand. But what? How old were you, man? Even though neither of us knew how to do anything, we were basically just figuring out how to make each other feel good as we went along. I'm not ashamed to admit that she gave me the best hand job I've... No, she didn't, bro. The taboo of it, you wanting to do it with someone you're not supposed to do it with, on top of it being your first time, made it feel that way. It's like when you've never had a girlfriend and you date someone for the first time and it was great. You will always think that that relationship might have been the best relationship ever in your life because it was your first. There's no references to say it was good or bad. And I've had a lot of them from a lot of different girls who all had experience giving them. Not trying to brag, she wasn't skilled with it obviously, but I think the fact that it was my sister, exactly, is what made it so good. Exactly. That's a part of it, which is gross, but that's a part of why it was so good. Another part was because it was your first time, my guy. It was literally your first time. And because it was your first time, it seemed like, oh yeah, man, this is crazy. Think about it this way. When we talk about some of our favorite movies and cartoons and series from our childhood, when we come back to them when we are adults, a lot of the time we're like, yeah, this is not as good as I remember, because we didn't have a reference to say if that thing was bad or not. And your memory is going to store your emotion more so than your actual experience. That's why memories and details in memories change, but the emotions of the memory don't. And the more emotion you felt in that time, in that experience, the bigger the memory seems. And if it's a positive emotion, the memory will seem like it was a paradise. So why am I explaining? I don't know how she felt about it because we never spoke of it again. But when we had both given each other an orgasm, we finished kissed for a while and then she went back to her room. so I assume she enjoyed it as well. Oh, dude. We never even considered the possibility of being caught by our parents. They were home. They were home, bro. We were both just focused on each other. I still can't believe the first girl to make me release was my own sister. Jeez Louise. But I kind of like that in a messed up way. I've heard that it's not uncommon for siblings to explore sexually to a degree when they're young. From where? From where did you hear that, brother? But then felt a lot more than just exploring. Even though we were both very young, we were really going for it. What kind of sexual exploration with your sibling results in you both being butt naked, making each other release? Whilst I really enjoyed it, there was still an overwhelming sense of guilt that followed. Yeah, because it's messed up. It's messed up, dude. And consequently, we never did anything like that to that level again. Great. I must emphasize also that she was the one who initiated this. Before people accuse me of forcing myself on her and taking advantage of her. Oh yeah, because it's 2024, I get it. I know consent isn't possible at that age. Brother, how old was this man, bro? How old were you, dog? But we were both very young and both not able to give consent, so in my head, that cancels it out. That whole experience definitely was not one-sided. We both wanted it. We both enjoyed it, and I can't speak for her. This man is like, yo, please don't cancel me. Please don't dox me. Don't do none of that. Listen, kids do messed up things these days. I mean, we've seen TikToks of kids twerking to Sexy Red, bro. Like, the world's ending, okay? But, I understand. No one is going to think you took advantage of her unless if you were older. That's the only thing. But if y'all were close to the same age or the same age, I don't think it matters. If you were like 12 and she was like 10, I don't think people are going to say, even that sounds so messed up, but I don't think people are going to say you took advantage of her because you're 12. So it's just, I don't know what age you were, dog. If you were 14 and she was 10, that's still, now we're starting to really get into like, yo, what were you doing? But like, I don't know how old you were. So yeah. But I wish that it set in motion a deeper, more intimate relationship between us. Jeez, dude. Jeez. So back to my main point. Ever since that moment, I have felt a deep love and attraction towards her. And there were moments in the years that followed where we had come close to repeating what we had done when we were little. Explain. For example, on holiday one year, our parents went out for dinner one night and left us in the villa alone. We were in her room, in her bed, watching YouTube together. Jeez, man. She tried on some bikinis that she wanted to show me. This is sounding a little bit pornographic, man. This is sounding a little bit like a porn script. And despite me trying not in a forceful way, I couldn't convince her to change in front of me. Oh, okay. Oh, that makes it better. You know? So she just got changed in the bathroom and she looked sexy in all of them and it turned me on, I'll be honest, and I made sure she knew that how good she looked, not that I was turned on. What? Oh, like you were praising? Oh my days, dog. I'm getting all types of images in my head I don't want, man. I don't know if I should read into her wanting to try on bikinis in front of me too much, but in my head, I'm thinking maybe she was trying to send a message, and no. I just think y'all have a messed up relationship, and she is doing that because y'all did what y'all did, and she feels comfortable in doing that, probably because she thinks a guy is gonna be more blunt if she looks good in something or not, rather than her girlfriends will say, oh, you look good in this, you look good in that, and she may feel like they're not being super honest, and she may feel comfortable in doing this, kind of like in a friend relationship where the guy is in love with the girl but the girl isn't, but they've done things in the past where the girl feels like she can be comfortable changing in front of him and asking him, hey, how does my butt look, how does my chest look, how does my bra look, and ask him stuff like that because of things that's happened in the past, but she doesn't want to take it there. And I think you really into your sister if this is true, because she was your first time and she was probably nicer, or you have nicer memories of her and your time together than you do on average with other girls. Because if you found a girl that you're really into, you wouldn't be saying all this. I think you haven't really found a girl that you care about that much. You've probably been in a small dating pool. I mean, you said you've only been with 7 people. So I'm pretty sure you've only dated in a certain area with certain people, and you've never really explored your options and went out there. And because of that, the only reference of a good experience based off of it being your first time is with your sister, which is gross. It's the psychology of seeing a great movie as a kid and thinking no movie is better, and then going back to watch that movie expecting it to be the greatest, and then you're like, actually this isn't the greatest, because you've not done anything with her ever since. Let's keep reading. But it doesn't sound like you've done anything with her ever since, and if that's the case, that's good, bro. She was trying to send a message and wanted to show off her body to me, but I'm not sure would be interested to hear people's opinions on that. And after a while, we ended up spooning and cuddling in her bed for what felt like minutes, but really went on for hours until our parents got back from dinner. She was wrapped up in my arms and pressed up against me. She would have definitely felt that I was rock hard, as her butt was pushed right up against it, but she didn't seem to care. Maybe she does like this. Or maybe she knows that you like it like that, and she likes the attention of it. Like I said, she's probably a bit messed up too as well. But she doesn't want to go there, but she may. And at one point, I did start to touch her butt, which she didn't object to. Jeez, man. Man. But when I tried moving my hand down her thing, she said that we can't do that, and we left it at that. Exactly. So it seems like she likes the attention. She likes the sexual tension of it, but she doesn't want to go there. That's what it seems like to me. All right. This sounded like a colon script as well. Interested that she said we can't rather than she didn't want to. Yes, I know. Maybe implying she wanted it too, but was too apprehensive over the fact that I'm her brother. Again, interested to hear people's opinions on that. It all just felt really natural to just slip into doing that, and despite me really wanting it to go further and have another sexual experience with her, I never tried to force it. I was never going to force anything out of respect to her. She is my little sister. Little sister? Okay, I need to know the age. I need to know the age y'all did what y'all did, broski. Nah, bro. Okay, the age is coming up at the end of the day, and I didn't want to take advantage of her in any way, so I was waiting for her to initiate things. There were numerous other encounters like this up until the age of about 16, 14 for her. That's still kind of nasty though. 14, dog? You were doing this stuff with her? Are you still you were doing this stuff with her when you were 16, 15, 14? When were you touching her up? When you were 16 and she was 14? Bro. And these close calls only intensified how I feel towards her. Maybe because it makes me feel like there's a child. Okay, if you're 16, bro, you're too young to think that your 14-year-old sister is your soulmate, my guy. You're too young. Any age is too young for them. It's just no. Because it makes me feel like there's a chance she may feel the same way towards me, or because of how much I enjoyed those moments. I don't know. Probably both. I don't know what to do about these feelings. I thought that as time passed, got older, dated and slept with other women, these feelings would subside. It's the thing is, your mind is always like, it's always thinking, is this better than the last time? Because you haven't done it for a long time. So your mind is always comparing to what you believe is the best moment of your life. And that's why you can't look past it. And also, it may be because you've only slept with 7 women. So they may not be the most experienced as well. If you're 16, that's not great references at all. But they've only gotten stronger. She's matured into a beautiful young woman, genuinely stunning, and any guy would be so lucky to have her. We just get each other. We are the same in so many in so many ways, and no other girl I've ever been with. Wait, did he just say matured into a beautiful young woman? Dude, she's 14. Like, what? We just get each other. We are the same in so many ways, and no other girl I've ever been with makes. Okay, wait, hold on. I need to come. There were numerous other encounters like this up until. Oh, okay. So they're not 14 no more. Alright. Apologies. Apologies. I needed to confirm. I was like, no way you're saying this about your 14-year-old sister, dog. So now maybe what, 20 years, dog? We just get each other. We are the same in so many ways, and no other girl I've ever been with makes me feel the way my sister makes me feel, despite her and I never being in any sort of romantic sexual relationship. Oh, you've been in sexual relationships, just the teasing kind, not the serious kind. Maybe it's the love I have for her as a brother mixed with the romantic feelings that make these feelings I have for her so strong. I just think it's the fact that you're able to go there with somebody that cares about you, deeply. And so you care about her deeply, she cares about you deeply, you find her attractive, gross, because of the experiences in the past, and also the thrill of it as well. All of those together feed into you thinking this is your soulmate. That's why. You just need to find somebody who is better. Genuinely, you can find someone who's better. There are 1 billion plus people, 1 billion plus women, brother. More women on the world than men. There is someone better. Or maybe it's the taboo, forbidden nature of these feelings that make them that much more appealing to me. It's probably a combination of the three. Does anyone have any advice for me? Has anyone had a similar experience of you and your sibling exploring each other sexually when you were both young? Which has light a spark that's persisted into adulthood? Has anyone ever confessed romantic feelings to their sibling? And if so, why did you feel compelled to, and how did you bring it up, and how it go? I'd imagine alcohol probably helps bring out the confidence to be honest about something like this. I know the obvious thing is to go to therapy, but I haven't got the courage to tell someone about this. Well, you are now. Part of me wants to just be honest with her and tell her how I feel, but I know that this option could ruin our relationship. My only real option right now is to simply bottle it up and carry on. I don't know, man. I know I messed up in the head, but I can't help how I'm feeling. You can. You can. It almost feels like a curse that I can't seem to break no matter how hard I try. I don't even know what a therapist would even be able to tell me to overcome these feelings. Yes, because you can. I just want her more than anyone, even after dating and sleeping with lots of... You said 7, bro. Relax. Beautiful woman. It's tough. Even if she felt the same, how could I ever work? We'd never be able to be a normal couple. Exactly. I think for the time being, I'll continue as I've been doing for the past 12 years. Also, keep these fantasies to myself, and maybe one day I'll get over her. Or just throw those feelings away. You can. It'll be hard, but you can. I still see her as my sister, and our relationship reflects that. We have a very normal sibling dynamic, so luckily my feelings for her haven't affected that. I know I've been rambling on. I'm kind of soul pouring at this point. Maybe because this is the first time I've ever spoken about it. So there's a lot to just get off my chest. I appreciate anyone who takes the time to read this. And if you have any advice, please let me know. I'll be very grateful, and I know that it's messed up. I know it's wrong, so I don't need to be reminded of that. Please be nice. Thank you. Alright, like I said, get out of your state. Go somewhere else. Increase your dating pool. Change your preferences just a tad. Explore, man. You will find somebody out there who's much better, I promise, than your sister. I promise you. Just do that, bro. Like, you're too young to be like, oh man, I know it's been 12 years, but brother, you're too young to be saying this. If you're in your 30s, dog, I don't know, bro. But you said you were only with 7 women, so it's like, unless if you're saying at the time, which is wild, but nah, bro. You gotta get out of there, brother. Find someone better.